From Proposal to Success. Chapter 1. The Proposal. Emily, a junior marketing associate at a fast-growing advertising agency, had always been known for her meticulous attention to detail. One afternoon, while analyzing customer feedback and market trends, she had a breakthrough idea for a new advertising campaign. The concept was innovative and targeted younger consumers by leveraging social media influencers and interactive digital platforms. Confident in her vision, she decided to pitch her idea to her supervisor, Michael. Over the weekend, Emily prepared an engaging PowerPoint presentation. She included compelling data, eye-catching visuals, and a clear outline of how the campaign would enhance the agency's reputation. To ensure her pitch stood out, she crafted a persuasive narrative around how the campaign would address client pain points and drive measurable results. On Monday morning, she walked into Michael's office. "I have a proposal for our next campaign," she said, her voice steady, but her hands slightly trembling. Michael, intrigued, gestured for her to proceed. As Emily explained her ideas, Michael listened attentively, occasionally nodding and asking pointed questions. He particularly appreciated how her campaign differentiated itself from the competition while staying within the company's core competencies. When she finished, Michael leaned back in his chair. "This is a solid concept, Emily," he said. "But before we take it further, you'll need to present this to the team during Thursday's strategy meeting. Be prepared for some scrutiny, especially regarding the financial aspects." Grateful for the opportunity, Emily left his office feeling both excited and nervous. She knew the real challenge lay ahead, convincing the team that her vision was worth pursuing. Over the next few days, she worked tirelessly, perfecting her pitch and anticipating potential objections. Chapter 2. The Budget Negotiation. Thursday arrived, and Emily stood in the conference room, surrounded by her colleagues. Her presentation was met with enthusiastic nods, but as expected, the conversation soon turned to feasibility and budget concerns. Karen, the head of finance, was the first to raise a hand. "This is an impressive concept, Emily," Karen began, "but the projected costs are substantial. How do you plan to ensure a reasonable return on investment?" Emily had anticipated this question. "The campaign's budget may appear high initially," she replied, "but our focus on targeted digital ads and cost-effective partnerships with influencers will significantly reduce overhead. Additionally, our analytics indicate a strong potential for increased customer engagement and loyalty." Karen nodded, but she wasn't fully convinced. "Have you considered reallocating funds from less effective campaigns? And what's your plan if actual results don't meet projections?" Emily took a deep breath. "I believe reallocating funds from the underperforming campaigns in Q2 is a wise strategy. To mitigate risks, we can phase the campaign in stages, starting with a pilot run. This approach minimizes potential losses while allowing us to test and refine." The room fell silent as Karen reviewed the numbers again. "You've made a strong case," she finally said. "If we proceed, I'll need detailed allocation plans by Monday." Relieved but determined, Emily thanked Karen and promised to deliver. That evening, she stayed late at the office, working on the allocation plans. She knew this negotiation was just one of many hurdles, but with each step, her confidence grew. Chapter 3. The Client Meeting. Emily sat across from the client, a representative from a regional retail chain, in a sleek conference room. The client, Mr. Harris, was known for his attention to detail and high expectations. Emily had spent days refining her pitch, ensuring she could address any concerns or questions. "Thank you for meeting with us today," Emily began confidently. "Our proposed campaign aims to enhance your brand's visibility by targeting key demographics through collaborative partnerships with influencers and engaging digital content." Mr. Harris leaned forward, examining the slides. "Your approach is intriguing, but how will it reflect our core values? We emphasize community engagement and sustainability." Emily anticipated this question. "We've incorporated those elements into the campaign by partnering with local influencers who share your brand's values. Additionally, we're developing a series of social media posts highlighting your contributions to local communities." Satisfied, Mr. Harris nodded but asked, "And the deliverables? How will you measure success?" Emily smiled. "Our metrics will focus on measurable growth in website traffic, customer engagement rates, and social media following. We'll provide regular reports to ensure transparency and allow for adjustments as needed." The conversation continued with Mr. Harris offering suggestions. "Customization is important," he said. "Can the campaign reflect regional variations in customer preferences?" "Absolutely," Emily replied. "We've designed the campaign to be adaptable, allowing for region-specific content while maintaining consistency in branding." By the end of the meeting, Mr. Harris was visibly pleased. "This aligns well with our goals. Let's move forward with the proposed timeline." Walking out of the meeting, Emily felt a surge of pride. She had not only secured the client's support, but also gained valuable insights that would refine the campaign further. Chapter 4: The Final Presentation. The day of the final presentation had arrived. The entire team gathered in the company's largest conference room, joined by Mr. Harris and his associates. Emily stood at the front, her presentation polished and rehearsed to perfection. "Thank you for being here," Emily began. "Today I'll walk you through the final plan for our campaign, focusing on its execution, key milestones, and expected outcomes." Her presentation was dynamic, blending visuals, analytics, and a clear narrative. She explained how each phase of the campaign would roll out, starting with a pilot program to test the waters, followed by full-scale implementation. Each slide emphasized scalability and flexibility. As she finished detailing the projected outcomes, Emily invited questions. Mr. Harris's team asked about potential challenges, and Emily confidently addressed them. "Our strategy includes contingency plans to ensure smooth execution, even if unexpected issues arise." Michael, her supervisor, spoke up next. "What makes this campaign stand out is its ability to balance creativity and practicality. Emily has ensured every detail aligns with the client's goals." The room erupted into applause as the presentation concluded. Mr. Harris stood and shook Emily's hand. "This is outstanding work. We're confident this campaign will achieve great results." Later, as the team celebrated in the office, Michael approached Emily. "You've proven yourself to be an invaluable asset to the company. Keep up the great work." For Emily, the journey from proposal to success had been challenging but deeply rewarding. She knew this was just the beginning of her career, but the lessons learned and confidence gained would carry her far.